Hi guys, welcome back to In His Presence podcast. It's your favorite host Ogunleye Oyindamola, and with me is.
Francis Spotlight. Hello, guys.
So today we'll be looking at the topic things to know or look out for in a partner before marriage. We all know that marriage is a union between a man and a woman, which is directed and governed by God. So indirectly or directly, it is a ministry. So we have, in regards to this topic, there are some questions we'll be addressing. I hope it will be helpful to our listeners. So let's proceed. The first question I have is, what do you look out for in yourself as a person before saying you're ready to get married? Spotlight, please, would you like to give us?
Okay. Okay, what I look out for in a person, I look for somebody that is family oriented, because trust me, someone has to be family oriented, meaning that you have passion towards this thing of having a complete home, a home where there is a mom, a dad, and the children. And I also look out for somebody that is a child of God, a God-fearing partner, a woman, a God-fearing woman, and also someone that understands the teachings of Christ, because like God said, is that the man is the head, as Christ is the head of the church, and also a woman that understands her role and position in the home as a wife and as his partner also. So that is it for me.
Okay. Well, for me, what I look out for in a person is I want to see how affectionate you are with God, because at the end of the day, your intimacy with God, learning to love God and knowing how to love is all through God. So if you're going to love me, then you should be able to love God. Like, if you love God, then you should be able to love me the way I want to be loved. So I look out for that first, and I look out also, like you said, family oriented. So like I need to see how you treat other people aside your family. How you treat other people also speaks louder than how you treat, than how you even talk and stuff like that. So
Sure.
I think that's all for the first question. The second question I have is, what do you work on in yourself? Like, what do you look out for in yourself as a person before deciding to get married? So
Okay. You want to answer?
no, I was about to direct the question to you.
Okay. What do I look out for in myself? The main thing is that when it comes to self, there's what I call self-development, which is personal development. I have to make sure that morally, spiritually, financially, and otherwise, I'm up to standard. When I mean up to standard, I'm not someone that believe in the thing of I have to be rich before I get married. You get me? So long you have something doing, something that is productive, something that can put food on the table. And also you've worked on yourself. Some people, they are still hurting from their past relationship and they carry that trauma into their present relationship and it causes problem for them. So I should make sure that I've worked on myself. I know what I'm going there to do. Like, I cannot just be a bad egg and I carry myself and go and meet somebody's daughter that is innocent and they'll start paying the price of my action or nonchalantness. So I feel that's what I have to do on myself before making that decision. Yeah.
That's a very, very nice answer response to that. As for me, what I look out for in myself, and what I'm going to look out for still, the Bible says a man finds a wife. I want to make myself a wife, and to make myself a wife because I want a Christian home. I want my home to be called. I want my home to be surrounded and to be centered in God, by God. So I want to, at the end of the day, if I'm going to ask God for his son, I should also be soaked in him. I should also be in his presence. So God cannot give me somebody after his heart when I am not also in his presence. So I want to do that first. I'll make sure that I'm in God. I make sure that I know what I'm doing. Like you said before, I make sure I heal. Because I've seen a lot of people, trying to use their past hurts. Okay, this person did this to me before, that's why I'm acting like this, or this is why. So like, I want to heal so that at the end of the day, I don't have to put my own hurt as a baggage on my own family, either children or husband. So that's what I look out for. So yeah, I think that's all. Do you have any other thing to say about the question?
No. So simple, straight to the point.
Yeah. So the next question is, what should be the foundation of your marriage? So would you like to answer that? What's your thoughts?
Okay, foundation. Christ is my firm foundation. Is Christ or nothing? Honestly speaking, I don't think I have more to say. Christ is the foundation, because I've seen marriages without Christ in it, marriages without people looking up to God. You can't handle marriage on your own. Marriage is not a thing you go into because, I don't want to be alone. I've seen somebody I like. So Christ is my firm foundation in everything, friendship, association, partnership. So that's just it for me.
Okay, I think you said everything, because at the same time, Christ is also my foundation. the
Yeah.
solid rock where my marriage is going to stand.
Yeah.
So the next question is there a procedure or is there a procedure to a correct marriage?
A procedure. I just feel people should do things rightly, okay? Because I'm one of those people that believe things done in secret, things done out of the confinement of the elders does not always end well. So I feel when a child gets to the age of maturity, some of the problem of all this thing, people causing this problem are actually parents, because you see them warning their child, stay away from these men. I don't want to see men around you. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. So same goes to the male also and the female. So it gets to a point when the ladies matured now, they start asking, now, is it that nobody's coming for your hand in marriage? I don't understand. The same person you're telling to avoid men, is it spirits that will come and marry her? So parents are actually the fault when it comes to the structure of growth. They are meant to, like, there's an age these children get to, they should know that by now this person should be having a crush or feeling on someone, for someone, sorry. So parents should just give the children that avenue to be expressive, and also there's nothing wrong in telling them, let's invite the guy over for dinner, let's get to meet him. Ask the young man sensitive question. Some guys, once they hear my parents wants to see you, they will run. So long they have bad intention, they will never come to that house. So I feel if things are done that way, by now a lot of people will be dating in a relationship, and if they still have godly parents that advise them, I feel they should avoid sex until they get to tie the knot, because most people might be like, oh, the world is now advanced, it's a normal thing to waiting me that you could test. No, all those things, trust me, that is what is making the devil triumph in a lot of relationship and marriages today. So I feel if parents could actually guide the young ones in the right way, we are not going to be having problems like the way we do now. So that's it for me.
All right, that was a very nice response. So there's this thing, I told you I joined a live, I think, few weeks back, and these set of people were talking about, how to do marriage, and they're just bringing out their own advice given to a single man before going into marriage. And in as much as there are things generally everybody should look out for, I feel like everybody loves differently and everybody wants their marriage to go in a different way. But how some people's marriage can be an inspiration to how you want your marriage to be. I feel like there's not just one procedure to a correct marriage, to be honest. Because I feel at the end of the day, you just say, God, I want you to be the center of this marriage. Let this marriage go according to how you want it to be. But let this marriage be, built on you. So I feel at the end of the day, there are procedures to take, general procedures, but there's no general procedure to lead to a correct marriage for everybody.
No direct blueprint. Like if they give this to you, marriage will go well. So just put God as the center.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, we all learn it. Like there's no end to marriage. You learn every day. In your marriage.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think that's the end of that question. The next question I have, this question is a very, very funny question, but anyways, is it important to live with your partner for at least a week before marriage?
To live with your partner, I'll answer the same question, the same way you talked about the last question you just asked. There's no pattern to all these things, okay? I've seen people that live together, in the end it worked out for them. I've seen people that live together and they found out they're not compatible at all, they had to go their separate way, you get me? So I just feel for this question, people should just do what works for them. Understand me? But make sure the relationship is something that is godly driven, because if it's not godly driven, then it will be devil driven. So you know where the devil always drives people to share. So that's my take on that. Yeah.
Okay. With your answer brought me to another question. So now, is it possible to live with your partner for maybe like a few days? Like you said, like everybody has a different way of doing their things without having sex, and then you can still later call this like a Christian driven kind of relationship.
Okay, sex. Anyway, I'm going to use myself for an instance. Okay, I remember there was a time where one of my ex, they had accommodation issue, and the landlord gave them quick notice, and their parents had to send them to different family member. And she could not leave Lagos because that is where a place of her work is. And she came and begged my elder sister, because when you break up with somebody now, you still be hurting when you guys are broken up. So she told my sister called me, told me, and probably she was thinking I would say no, they should not allow her come to the house. So I was like, anyway, she should talk to my mom. They have to know. So because my parents knew her, you get me, when I was dating her, I don't like secret relationship. I hate those things. So when everything they agreed, she came over to the house. Then my mom was also telling me that this one that she's coming to the house, hope will not be both knocking ourselves. I told my mom that I promised her that I'm not going to touch her, because what caused that relationship breaker? Assuming she actually maybe apologized to me. Sorry, not apologized to me. We actually forgive me, because what happened was that I heard she was also doing something, and I went to go. I also do my own. I was young then, so this youthful vibe and all. So it's not like I did anything wrong. I met a new girl, and I had information that in her school, the school she was in, Mr. Unizik, which is the most popular handsome guy there, was interested in her. and she went out with the guy. So I was just feeling the need of, okay, me too, I cannot be here doing mumu now. Let me also go and find another girl in Lagos. Since she's in the east, but the thing come boss now. The boss. That was why we split it. Though I apologize and asked for a second chance, which she did not give me. Well, she came to our house, she lived and she stayed for 2.5 years. Finally, till she got her apartment and all. Never for once did I push this girl. Though she was making advances in the kitchen, always when she's with her towel, she's always, making that move. This guy, which kind of human being is this guy? So I even overheard her in the window one day. She was talking to a guy. The guy was telling her that I should say this guy go to chop you. She told her, this one chop me. No, she said no. It's not like that. It's actually not like that. So I feel you can actually stay with a lady without touching her, without doing anything with her. That's why I feel that even before I want to do anything with a lady, your parents should know me. You understand me? Let them know that this is who our daughter is with. So even if something mistakenly happened, they will hold me right down there that now this boy do one. We know saying they date our daughter. It's safer than I'm dating somebody I don't know her parents. Then one day she'll get pregnant. I'll tell her I don't want the baby. Or that is where the problem starts from. But if the parents are aware, then I feel you are safe to move in that relationship without fear. So that's it for me.
That's very beautiful. Well, this has now brought us to our next question. This generation has made sex before marriage a normal thing to do, with the excuse of knowing how sexually compatible they are. What is your thought on that?
Okay, people don't know the repercussion that comes with sex before marriage. And I'm talking about the spiritual standpoint of it, especially things that have to do with spiritual causes, the generational causes, pattern and everything. I'm not even a saint. I've had sex and I've had past experience, and the sex I actually had was not because I wanted to. The lady I was dating then, she was actually not a virgin, and we were dating. I've never had it before. I've never done it before. But she then said she wanted it because I guess we were dating 3 months into the relationship. She was like, her body is doing that somehow, that can't I touch her? I was like, I don't know, soon they do for a year. Understand me? I don't know. I kept on escaping, making excuses until one day she was complaining that is it I don't love her? What is that? Am I gay or something? I was like, no, it's not. That's not my point. But so she started making me feel like she's going to leave me. So out of that pressure, okay, I gave in. We had sex and the sex continued because this thing is like you become addicted. You get me? It continued, but even while it was going on, I was still feeling that this is not the right way to do things. So this is the reason where it comes that we give into things because we want to please people. Not knowing that on the long run, what is going to do to us. Because in the end, some of these people, they leave us. You end up noticing that you were once dating, now you're single. So she actually she just disappeared in the relationship. Later, I saw her years later. I found that she was already dating somebody else. And long story short, she's even now pregnant. She's now a single mom. You understand me? And she tried even reaching out. She tried even reaching out to me. And I told her that meeting somebody and she's telling you crying that the guy that father of her baby say he no longer wants her, he just took his bag and left behind. Then he didn't show down on you now. Make her become no. My spirit just told me, just let her be. Don't go fall into that trap again. And she was not saying that I wonder why we broke up. You're actually a nice guy. I was like, oh, this one Yimu. But anyway, now so what I want to say is just that we should not give into pressure. But I feel sex before marriage or using that as a yardstick is actually not something good or nice. So I will hit this thing very clearly. Before you start facing consequences for things you never expected, avoid sex at all costs. No matter how your body they do, you discipline your body because they say to be forewarned is to be forearmed, Abby. Yes, So I feel the best thing is that people should just try to just get to understand why is this do not have sex before marriage so important, so that they will not lose it in the end. Because in the end, you will say, if had I known is always what comes at last. Had I known, I would not have done this sort of thing. So that's just it for now.
Yeah, from my own thoughts, you said everything. But at the end of the day, personally, sex before marriage to me is out of any option that there is. Because at the end of the day, if you want to check how sexually compatible you are, wait till after the marriage. I don't know why you want to check how sexually compatible you are. If truly,
what can I say something? What that day you now find out that there's nothing like an amateur, because if you meet somebody that both of you start growing up together in this thing, it becomes more even fun and easier. But somebody that is an experience, like the one I said I met, that was a pro, and me, I'm a newbie. Honestly speaking, but this topic is very dicey. I don't even want to talk about the lady that discovered that after waiting for the marriage night, she discovered that man had a small penis or something like that, and that became a problem. You understand me? So there's a lot to this topic I don't want to talk about. So imagine you now see that kind of a thing, you'll be like, wait, is this what I've been waiting for all these years? I want my body for this years. Some people will not agree. they'll be like, Lord Jesus,
True.
this is not what I bargained for. So this topic is very dicey, and
Yeah, the very
I feel
tricky
let's not.
one.
Yeah. There are some part I don't really want to go into because I cannot just talk. I beg.
So there's something I even have to say regarding this thing, So at the end of the day, while we're trying to avoid these kind of things, these things also come to our mind at the end of the day as a person. God, this is my waiting that I'm waiting. Hope is not that I will not, after marriage, the person I will not get married to will not be giving me, issues like that. So at the end of the day,
We are
you just
humans.
ask God, because I think God will not give you why would you cannot wait, ask God to send you somebody, and then at the end of the day, He will give you something that you will not be satisfied with. And that's what I've noticed about God. So just pray to your prayer point. God, this is what I want. If it's possible, God, you can state it there. I want my partner to be sexually, whatever.
Yeah, that's
State
true.
what you
That's
want
true.
there.
That's
God will
true.
give you what you want. So, yeah. Next question. Another excuse of cohabiting together before marriage is now that they get to see their true self, or they get to know each other more. What do you think about that? Or should I repeat myself?
Yeah, I get the question.
Okay.
Cohabitation. So I feel when two people get to live together, you get to see some certain things. Okay, you have to now know, is this something I can tolerate? Let me be honest with you. Some guys are not. Some guys are dirty. Some guys they don't know how to take care of their rooms. They are just messed up. You see somebody coming out looking so nice and fresh because they want to impress. But if you go and check out their hygiene life, they are very, very dirty. They are not clean. So all these things is necessary for one to know. Let it not look like when you come marry the person, you're not expecting the person. Marriage amplifies things, you get me? So you have to be very, very careful when it comes to stuff like that. So that's just for me. I feel there's nothing wrong in that living with someone, and because now there you go see character, everything go show. They cannot hide who they are for too long. Just 1 week, 2 week, 1 month of that staying with the person. Even this happens with family too. You get family where you go stay with 1 month, they get where you go, they will start to change them for you. So I feel for there's nothing really bad with that, but we get to know people. The more we spend time with them and we see some certain things, then we decide, do I think I want to tolerate this for the rest of my life, or I think I need to take a U-turn? So yeah.
Well, all that makes sense for me. There's something you say. Do not test what's the word? Do not test the spirit, because if you are looking to practice celibacy before marriage, I think cohabitation should be a little bit out of the option. Because if you want to know this person, there are other ways to know people. I was telling somebody this thing, and the person was countering my point with, people pretend. A lot of people, like, if you're a very, very observant person, you can see through people. Because I thank God for this, honestly speaking, because I think I see through people. So when I see you and how you act, like I said, how this person acts towards other people, not just to you as a person. How this person talks about, that person's like this. How this person talks about other people, how this person reacts to things, can tell a lot about this person. It's all right to visit your partner's home to see how his home is arranged. You cannot say this person is a well-bred Christian, and then you go to his house and then he's all just, he's all looking so funky and funny to you. So it's all right to be in your partner's, your to-be spouse space once in a while before the marriage. However, cohabiting is a little bit too much, because at the end of the day, when you're with somebody you like, or when you're with somebody you are into, you're also attracted to this person sexually, and you are vulnerable. So sometimes it might even be hard to even say no. You don't even know when that feeling will spawn, and it will turn to something else. So yeah, that's my own thoughts on that. So I think the next question we have is, why do you think people seek validation or proof of their partner's love through sex or having kids before marriage?
Honestly speaking, there's something that my dad used to say. My dad says, when we get to the bridge, okay, we determine how we want to cross it. You determine if you want to run, you determine if you want to crawl, you determine if you don't want to use the bridge, you want to swim the river under with boats, or you swim or use boat. So I feel, one thing about this whole thing, sexual attraction matters, okay? And being knowledgeable in things, I won't lie to you, because we are humans. Aside from the fact that we're trying to be all spirit coco, you get me, we should also keep in mind that we are humans. We should be open to learning. But seeking validation or proof of their partner love through sex or having kids, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You understand me? Men are logical, women are emotional, because there are some things whereby, let's say for a woman now, the woman might be asking you a question like, babe, do you love me? Be like, I don't
Mm.
understand. If I don't love you, will I be here? Like, yeah, I know, but just tell me, do you love me? You not be like, I love you. You'll be okay, promise me that you're not going to leave me. I'm like, Father, Lord, the devil. What did I do wrong here? What if I should promise you I will not leave you? The next time I'm leaving, I know, but some people need that assurance, okay? Some
Yeah.
people need I just feel this is a normal thing. Yeah, these things are not in the, even if you check the book of is it the book of Solomon also? You notice Solomon wrote a lot of things, and these things are normal. They are normal things that the human would I say nature desires. So I don't think it
Mm.
should be a big deal. So for me, I'm cool with it. So
You're cool with it, okay?
yeah.
Well, for me, if someone is asking me to seek validation and proof of my love through sex or having kids before marriage, I think I'm going to exit.
Wait,
Why?
hold on. Did you say before marriage?
Yeah, before marriage.
No. That's wrong now. That's wrong. I'm thinking it was
Okay.
normal. Like, no, this is the,
Oh no.
why would I want somebody? No, God forbid. Even me, I would say God forbid. What kind of nonsense is that? No, that's not, it look like it's out of wedlock now. Which kind of, no, I beg go.
Yeah,
So meaning that the guy wants to test you first to know if that place is fertile before he decides he wants to marry you. That kind of a thing. No.
exactly.
No, I know that people are wicked in this life. I've seen someone that's ended up after the whole waiting, prayer, fire, still go marry witch. I've heard of somebody that after the whole this thing, you see this thing, we should just be praying to
They
God.
got
Let's not
married.
make wrong this. So
Yeah.
people arrive at different results. It could be due to the
Mm.
fact they neglected something or they were not listening to God and they thought they were. So
Mm. Okay. That's good. Now, this second to the last question that I have here with me. Why is manipulation a coping mechanism in this generation? Why does it seem like a coping mechanism in this generation?
okay. Have you heard about survival of the fittest? I feel we
Yes,
are
I
in a
have. I have.
yeah. Yeah, I feel we're in a time where everyone are trying to survive, especially the way the economy is treating people. Wait, let me use an instance. I do
Okay.
graphics design, okay? And when your
Mm-hmm.
friends know you do graphic design, they know you can design, no? They are not going to
Mm.
want to. They are not going to want to like what they call it, patronize you, okay? Because they will be
Mm-hmm.
expecting you to do it for free for them, okay? Let me use an
Mm-hmm.
instance. A lady called me to do a design for her, okay? I was like, okay,
Mm.
I did the design. We've not discussed money since she's a friend. I believe she might just give me something. So after I did the
Mm.
design and did not even get thank you, the next thing she was telling me that, oh, you need to put one more person in this design. Or I was like, but the event is tomorrow now. There's no point. The person should just come and sing since he's an artist now. It took me time to
Mm.
design this. She was like, hey, you have to just find a way to squeeze in. I was not like that. I was like, right now I have other things I need to do. I did this quickly because it was you. She just said, she just ended the conversation and did not get back to me. So she went off like that. Then she went to contact a friend, okay, and told a friend that
Mm.
he needs a graphics design. Now, this is why I keep talking about the kind of friends you keep. So when she contacted that friend that I know, okay, the friend came back to me
Mm.
and tell me, this person, and not that this person, she now asked me, did this person thank you for the design you did? I said no. And I told him, okay, this is what will happen. Tell the person this is the amount the other designer wants to charge, okay? When the person tells you
Mm.
the agrees to the price, come back and tell me, give me the design, I'll run it again. So now this lady paid a stranger to do a design she could not even pay me for, who is a friend, not knowing that that
Mm.
stranger she paid was me.
Sure.
So when she can pay a stranger, but somebody she knows, she will not pay that person to get that work done. This is one thing
Mm.
I've tried to be direct with people. I've tried to be truthful with people when it comes to business or partnership or doing things nicely with them. But I still feel when you're trying to be nice, some people feel that maybe this person they won't think that you're a nice person, you are the criminal or you're the bad
Yeah.
person. But they will prefer paying somebody they don't know without even, if you even say how much is the library, this is the price, $50. She paid $50. That's the price for this
Wow.
design. She paid $50, but she could not tell me ordinary thank you to even get the design for free. I'm trying to tell you, that's why I keep telling people, place value where you want value. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I've come to understand in this generation, everybody cannot be your friend. So I prefer having 5 or 10 friends that no matter the weather, I can count on them than just having 30 people on my contact list. No, everybody don't care about you. So in this generation, you get me? In this generation, I'm seeing it like it's now a mechanism that everybody has to learn to survive. But try as much as possible. Don't do it to somebody else's detriment. But right now, it's more like it's the survivor of the fittest. And the good are seen as the bad are seen as the good. So just survive. That is it for me.
Well, that's good. Yesterday I was going to TikTok and I joined this live, and this girl was going on and on about how her boyfriend, used her and left her. He was always telling her that he lost his parents and stuff like that. So she was even giving him money, and knows this guy had money, but he was not spending the money on her. He was spending the money on someone else. while they were in a relationship, but he continued to manipulate her, saying, "Oh, that he's not in his right state of mind." But before he even had the money, he just wanted her to say nice words to him. But at the end of the day, most manipulators have seen they try to manipulate other people so they can feel great about themselves. So like they just try to make other people praise them. At the end of the day, most of them are narcissists, and narcissists just want to feel like they are bigger than themselves, or should I say, they are the most insecure people, but they want to cover their insecurity with their narcissism. So I feel like that is where the manipulation comes in as a coping mechanism for them.
But can I say something? You know that
Yeah.
what makes me not to believe everything I see on TikTok or social media spaces that people can lie? Can I tell you why? You see the way I am right now, okay? It's just like how I spoke some minutes ago about my ex, okay? Have you noticed that I never called her a bad person? I never said anything bad about her. I talked about why the relationship did not work, right? So now, for somebody to come on a social space, you're telling the whole world of viewers about somebody you dated. It's not normal. That's one. And you're only hearing one side. God, ever since this thing, it dawned on us on a live stream, I discovered if somebody was talking about somebody, not knowing that the person that she was talking about was there, that person was like, bring me up in the box. When that person came up and narrated this, everybody was like, now they do for a year. People lie. Now, that particular guy in the question now, he might have kept that story in a way, you're giving the guy money, this and that, but she no go talk everything will happen. Because if a girl is nice to a guy and she's the one feeding the guy or taking care of the guy, and probably there are some women that even if they are helping a guy, they are so calm about that, they still respect the guy. Why there are some, if they are helping a guy, they might still have another bobo somewhere, okay? That they are still using to calm because they feel that this one said, "I even made the help in life." What if that guy finds out that this girl has another guy somewhere and is treating her the way that he does not know that she does not know that he knows about what she's doing, but he's not giving her a cup of tea to drink? You understand me? So this thing, you see, I don't always like one-sided story. I will say, okay, you don't talk your own, let's go and bring the guy, come and talk your own. You start hearing things that would make you be like, no, trust anybody, you. So there's always two sides to a story, but I believe the fact such a thing can happen. I'm not saying that it cannot happen, but for the meantime, I don't believe everything I see online. Yeah.
Well, stories like that, first stories like that, like the one I mentioned. So in regards to that, I think the manipulation, like people manipulate people to believing that just so that they could feel better of themselves. When you hear someone say, "Oh, can't I?" The person, "Oh no, it's not like that." When someone that's being manipulated is always trying to make you feel better. So at the end of the day, I feel like manipulation is just them trying to make themselves feel better. So the last question we have for today is, how long can someone be in marriage for them to come out and say they've been experienced enough? I think I'll answer that. A lot of people come and experience people that have been in marriage. Say, "Oh, I've been married for 10 years. I was in a live sometime," and somebody said, "If you're in a marriage, you're not up to 10 years in marriage, you cannot come out and say you're experienced. You see the baby in the marriage. 10 to 13 years is the least of it." And I was like, and this guy that was 3 years in marriage was just trying to come out and say what he has experienced, and they're like, "No, he's still a baby in marriage." And me as a person, I was like, 3 years is a lot of experience with somebody. Like with somebody that was not part of your life before, and you're fitting them into your personal space. At the end of the day, I feel like even a few months is enough experience because you get to know somebody. I can stay with somebody for like a week, and I get to know a lot about that person, and that's a lot of experience for me too. So I think that answers my question. Spotlight, do you have anything to say?
To me, I feel marriage is not about how far or how long. It's about how well the individual has been managing their marriage. Okay, so for the time being, I just believe that in the end, I don't think there's anything that they call marriage specialist, because even the person advising you about your own marriage, they've not even handled all the problem in their marriage. Understand me? And there are some people that God has given the spiritual gifts and to be able to help people through their marriage life and all. Like we said from the beginning of the podcast, that marriage is a ministry. Is governed by God, is directed by God. So I feel everything in God's jurisdiction and His care is going to always give people the best of ways to coordinate, to manage, and to make things work out for their good in the end. So it's about how well and not how far or how experienced. Because every day, so long that morning we come every day is a new experience to behold. So that is it for me.
Well, that's a very beautiful response. So that's all the question we have for today, and I would like to say something to round up. I am not married yet, and I'm still trying to learn a lot. But at the end of the day, like I said, you keep learning in marriage. There's no amount or level of knowledge you have that'll be enough to carry you through marriage if you're not willing to learn. So at the end of the day, make your marriage or whatever relationship you are in right now centered around God. And I hope and I pray that we all understand. And this podcast helped you to gain like understanding on some aspects, because I know that I've seen people that are confused about whether or not to have sex before marriage, because that's a very big question to some people, whether or not to have sex before marriage or not. So I hope that you read your Bible, read your word, and also try to listen to some podcasts on these things too. And we'll also be talking more on things like this as well. Spotlight, do you have any other thing to say?
You've said it all. So all I'll just say is keep up with the podcast, and I pray that everything we've discussed here today is going to be helpful to someone out there listening. So do have a lovely day.
All right. Have a lovely day. Once again, thank you for listening to the end. Don't forget to subscribe to all our channels and give us a follow too. Thank you. Have a nice day.